Hi viewers, I'm Dr. Sajini Velayathan, clinical psychologist. Um, Exams are just coming in, the board exam and the state exam, and children are studying in an emergency basis. So it will be beneficial if I share some of uh, my experience and some tips to help you out how to learn or how to study. What is learning? Learning is a process to acquire knowledge, skills, or behavior through experience. Some find it very tough to learn, or some find very easy. Um, Before going into the studies, looking into what you are learning, why you are learning, and how much you have to learn is so important to understand and to have a better control over what you study. To find the clarity into the subject, an overall understanding about your syllabus is good. You have tough portions and easier portions. So, categorizing the tough portion and easier portions to help you to reduce your boredom in studying. Because if you are handling a tough portion and in between you can read the easier portions because it's easy for you to learn. And you won't get bored while handling tough portions. Understanding the concepts of what you are learning is so important. For example, approaching different subjects are different. For example, studying science is different from studying history, and it is also different from English and mathematics. For example, if you understand a concept of a science subject, it is easy to present. But in history, you should understand the matter in a chronological order as well as to present it in a flowery language. The presentation is also important, and you have to write it in detail how you are presenting it. In language, also, the presentation is important. The way you present your essay or the matter is so important. So approaching different subject in different ways are so important. So categorizing the content is very important in making your study a little more easier. Breaking your tough concept into smaller units will help you to understand the concept. Not only that, there will be multiple explanation about different concepts. So understanding that will help you to understanding that concept in a what is active learning. So most of the time, children make study very passive, makes it very boring. So active learning is something which make studies very interesting. You have to think how to make studies very interesting. For example, you have video, audio aids to make it interesting. Suppose if you are taking one concept and maybe if you are doing a video on it, it will be little more interesting to remember it, right? So the way maybe drawing a picture on what you learned or to memorize it, you are making it as a picture will make it more easier to remember what you are learning. Okay, and not only that, using memory techniques, there are so many memory techniques. Rehearsing is very important to memorize. The number of time you rehearse a matter. Okay, so at the same time, for example, I will give you an example. Sleep over a matter. Before sleeping, if you study a small portion and think about it and just sleep, it is you will remember it um, uh, with a little more clarity. Okay, so that is a technique. That is a memory technique. So using different strategies and different techniques to memorize what you study, trying to recall what you learn after studying, just trying to remember what you remember and what you don't remember, and just looking into it will help you to can approach the study in a little more perfectionist. Clarifying your doubts are very important. If you keep your doubt aside, that will become a burden for you. So if you clarify, sometimes it will become a crucial moment in your exam. Sometimes maybe whatever you clarified might come as a question. Okay, so taking breaks in between studies and taking rest is also important. Having food at the right time, having water, and taking rest is very important to manage the stress during the exam time. Time management is so important. How much time you are spending for each activity and how you are managing the time in a proper way. Test papers and giving a feedback of how you are going to write and how. Once again, I would like to remind you, take care of yourself, especially your health, and not getting into health issues during the exam. Take care of your health as well as manage your stress during the exam without tension. And there may be some amount of a little bit amount of meditation, little bit amount of exercise and yoga, not taking too long to do all these things. So maybe in taking breath exercises will help you to manage your stress during the exam. All the very best for all of you to write your exam.